So we probably want to get the extra missionary idea as quickly as possible, and then move on from there. Sweet. And let's turn the forts off temporarily. There we go. Now we're making some money. Just because we were running rather low on cash. We have a costly trade embargo with the Great Horde because they are no longer a viable target. And we still have a free diplomat. Is that with Perm? That is with Perm. So who would be the next one that we get? Probably Rostov. So let's start improving relations with EU. And when is our negative modifier going to last until? 75. So another 6 years before we can annex the next minion. And I will keep an eye on the rebel factions in case we can do that. Genoa still wants Condottieri because you're fighting against Crimea. Oh yeah, I could be really effective against Crimea with Genoa actually. But do I really want Genoa meddling in my trade zone? Or my soon-to-be trade zone? I don't think I do. So we'll let them die. Next year this is due, so hopefully we can pay it off by then. I mean, we are making a pretty handsome amount of cash. We've successfully converted Kostroma. Let's go and do Veshensakia as well. Just keep on going. Oh, and here's the idea so we can get a second missionary. Go ahead and do it. And we'll start converting the next one. Sweet! Manpower is increasing. We can get our military technology up to date, or rather ahead of time. Austria are no longer a great power. We can get the Stratotoi cavalry. Let's do that. New trade research is heretical. Lose prestige or lose diplo? I'll take the prestige. Don't really want to lose monarch points if I don't have to. I'm sure they will offer me another one. Reduce the independence of the church. The church is a powerful institution, but more important, a wealthy one. If we were to reign in the church and make more a part of the state, we could also bring in income for taxation. So we can gain 62 ducats, which would allow us to pay off that loan straight away, or we get the patriarch authority. And it is costing us 0.5 ducats. You know what? I would like to pay off my loan. No, we can't do it just yet. 160. Now we can. Pay that off. Make me more money. And also Diplotech. Yes. And now it's all pure profit, which we can then invest in more churches and things to increase the value of our various provinces. Great Horde will cede Nogai to Uzbek. Great Horde will be forced to give Uzbek 10% of the income. One of the generals has died. Kazimuk will become a vassal of the Great Horde. When does this end? 9 years. They're safe for a while. Lübeck's just embargoed us. Interesting option. Well, they're probably trying to get the Novgorod node. Right, Perm's done. Let's get Sukhov relations improved. Sukov is a Vesh Republic as well. I feel sorry for you. We have a bit of unrest building, but not a huge amount. Nothing we can't deal with. Is Diplotech worthy? Diplomats go to dance. That is terrible. Ouch. On so many levels. Noble family requests aid, so we can get the boyars to get more loyalty, or they lose loyalty and we lose admin. Well, I don't have the cash, so I'll take the admin hit. As much as it hurts me to do that. And we have enough money to actually start building things and stuff. And Denmark, you're having a lot of problems with rebels. Icon of St. Michael is forgotten. The people of Muscovy have forgotten the truth of the holy powers granted by the commissioned icons. It is time to commission a new set of icons. Yes. Have the institution spread far enough yet? No. Just no. And that will be meaning that technology is getting more and more expensive. I mean, it's already 19%. How do we want to do this? Because I could set up some more metropolitans and then get the institution spread guy. But he only lasts for 10 years. I think I'm going to wait in case we overlap to 1500, which is when the next idea group comes up, next technology comes about, and then we'll try and get both of those institutions at once. Stability drop, that's actually okay, and he's a really good king. 345. That is 12 points versus the 6 points of a republic. Austria declared war on the Ottomans. I guess you have your alliance with Hungary. Yeah, personal union even. Okay, so Rostov really likes us. Let's cancel that and go off to below 0. Improve religions. And I'd like to have about 100 ducats minimum in my bank at any time now. So anything over 200 will then start spending down to 100. Stability cost modifier. We can get that, or we can wait for the next idea group, but that's still quite a long way away. So I think we may as well get the stab cost modifier. Then we're just one idea away from the Gatherers of Tribute, and also one away from the +3 missionary strength, which would be amazing. Finish for Stellaris for the day because screw fighting wormhole textives. Yeah, they can be annoying. I always play wormhole. Although one of these days I really must do a multiplayer hyperlane game. So I think that'll be interesting because it'll be far more strategic about the positioning of fleets and things. Italian engineer available. Gain military point power for money. Fine. And this is why we keep a buffer. Great Horde and Kazan are fighting again. We have another 4-year truce with them. Kazan, you're allied with Crimea and Uzbek. We can keep you separated though. We can take Crimea out, then go for Kazan. We have a fort here which would protect that front. Karsk, I mean, we would lose this area, except our armies would be down here, so maybe not. They could get through Vyatka and take all of this, which is currently unguarded. I mean, we could put a fort in Ustig, which would actually protect this entire area. Maybe we want to do that. Although forts do cost a lot of maintenance. Yeah, warp has its upsides, for sure. So as a heads up, I think I'm going to play for another 45 minutes or so, then I'll call it a day. Royal marriage offer from below 0. Yeah. Kind of surprised you didn't offer that previously. See ya, Hayden Kelly. Thanks very much for watching. Alright, let's see if we can get another church up and running. Although the income potential from those is somewhat limited. Moskva and Novgorod and Kolmogorov could give us a lot of trade power, though. I mean, surely we already basically control the Moscow. No, we don't. Not even close. So with even 7 points, yeah, that's a pretty big boost. That would be another 10% trade control. Which could well be worth getting the marketplace. Or production for a 0.25 in Moscow. It is an iron producing place, so workshops there would be really potent. So we'll do that. Kazan is no longer a valid rival. Really? Bah. Oh, Crimea is, though. Kazan seems to be losing a war against the Great Horde. Really? Or at least they're getting a lot of occupations. Why didn't I get all of Novgorod? Because I didn't have the war score for it. In EU4 you can't just take an entire country in one war, you can only take chunks out of them. Gives them a chance to bounce back, which is one of the things I really like about this game, actually. Impact for all rebel factions reduced by 30, so those Sunni Zealots would go bye-bye. I think I'm actually going to keep you around, because I don't need you right now. And the conversions are still underway. Crimea has declared war on the Great Horde. Right, who's Crimea allied with? You're allied with Kazan and Nogai. Nogai doesn't look that big, especially as this is all Uzbek. So fighting against Crimea would probably be easier. Plus, we're hostile with them right now. So let's stop improving with you. We're going to build spy network. And then going to double check when... Oh, I can annex someone. Hold up. Rostov, I think I will be annexing next. Okay. And then, if we are going after Crimea, we should probably have our troops in position to go and deal with Crimea. Improvements in production technology. There are reports of farmers and miners being more productive than local bailiffs expect them to be. We should investigate if there is something that the entire nation of Muscovy could benefit from. Admin or... yeah, I'll just take the 10. Thank you. So I don't need to spend admin on reducing inflation, because I have nothing which currently does that. Royal marriage, of course. Another idea. This is the final increase in missionary strength, and also gives me my first idea, which is another 10 tax modifier. So I now convert stuff way more quickly, actually virtually no time, and more money, which I always enjoy. Once this is up to 16 or 17%, then we'll change. We'll cede 1-2 more provinces to them. So Golden Horde is definitely shrinking dramatically. And we're about to take Rostov. Which means I am no longer over my relations limit anymore either. So that alliance with Bohemia is no longer going to be costing me anything. Kazan's just gone to war with Nogai. So yeah, we could do a lot of damage here. Because you've just lost... Crimea's just lost one of their allies. So it's just going to be me versus potentially you and Kazan. Which I'm totally okay with. Let's start improving relations. No, not relations. Army maintenance. Other word. We're only 700 men short. Yeah, the outcome's not going to be that long. Rostov, more prestige, diplomatic reputation, cool. Conquer Novgorod. Gain 3 tax in Karelia, or 3 development in Karelia. Do it. Okay, Crimea. Kazan unfortunately would join. We'll also be fighting Circassia and Georgia. And this is only human right because I haven't actually done the fabrication yet. That was close. So, what are we after? Let's say tin. There's the conquest CB. Then we can declare war. Yeah, you would join pretty much regardless because you hate us and it's a defensive war. Neither Bohemia nor Denmark would join. Start the fight. What does Third Rome add? Well, it adds a bunch of new stuff for the Russian region, hence Third Rome, it's all about the Orthodoxy. So you have the Russian government now, for example the Principality and the Vesh Republic, which both give you access to these powers. So you can basically reduce your autonomy in all of your provinces by 10 every time you get 100 points here. And these are generated by the number of points your monarchs generate. They're not actually monarch points, but they are related to their skills. So if you have a high admin monarch, for example, then you generate a lot of the reformed pseudonymic powers. Diplo gets you the Oprishina, which is minus 30% rebellion progress for all factions. And then finally the military is Streltsky, which give you Streltsky units which have a increased fire attack. They're kind of similar to the Manchu banners. What happened to the Novgorod campaign? I got really royally pissed off with it because the Vesh Republic is no different to the Merchant Republic because there are still limits to the number of provinces you can own. And that was the main reason I was really happy to try as Novgorod because I thought they'd got rid of the province limit. They hadn't. So you are still stuck with 20 states only as Novgorod in freaking Russia. That gives you like control of about this much. It was pathetic. And because of how frustrating the gameplay had been up to that point, I was like, you know what, enough. So I started again as, well, actually I started as Smolensk, got defeated before I even started there. And then Muscovy, I was like, yeah, I'll play the easy game. We will, however, go down to speed 4. You want to conquer the whole world in EU4. What DLC do you have to buy? We don't have to buy any of them. There was a bit of a discussion going on actually about which DLC adds the most to it. And see if I can remember what they were. I mean, best case scenario would be get all of them. Like they all add quite a significant amount to the game. The absolute best ones would be, oh, what are they called? Art of War, Cossacks. I mean, those are probably the main two, because that adds estates and development and also a lot more of the conquest combat stuff. But generally, yeah, I would try and get all of them. I mean, one thing that you can do, which is kind of sneaky, but also absolutely intended, because Paradox are cool like that, is if you play multiplayer with someone who has all of the DLC already, then you get to play with all the DLC, then you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like with everything there. You don't actually get the DLC, you just play with it all. We name them the Lesser Horde. So, really, I would say all of them as is the answer. But there are some which you don't necessarily have to have, like Res Publica. If you're not going to play as a Republic, you don't necessarily need. Mandate of Heaven, I wouldn't say is a hugely important one. I mean, all of them add different things. I mean, the way to do it is see precisely what features you're after. The one which I would say is absolutely essential, though, is Cossacks, because it changes the way development works and allows you to actually increase development, which I think is usually a DLC-locked thing otherwise. Religious uproar. According to the governor of Yelets, the citizens are in uproar because of our missionaries' complete lack of respect for any religious practices or traditions different from their own. He is asking us to consider cancelling all further missionary activities in the area, or at least send some troops until things calm down a bit. 40% chance of heretic uprising or We get a Eastern militia for free and also 10 unrest. Yelets is almost done, and in fact one of them just finished, so let's go for you. I'm going to take the unrest in Yelets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to piss them off even further and decrease autonomy. I can't. Never mind. What provinces do I still need to form Russia? That is a good question. Novgorod. And be admin 10. We're still a ways away from admin 10. So basically the main thing is admin 10 because I do actually own Novgorod. It's just one of my minions has it, so I just need to annex them. Which would take me about 10 years. Well, 20 years from now because I'm already annexing Yaroslavl, or Rostov, which just finished. Ooh, you had Streltsky. Nice! Has this put me above my force limit? It has, by 4. So let's get rid of 3 of these guys. 1, 2 of them. Delete. Keep the other 2 because they're good. And then I guess 2 of the infantry from here. And we are back within our limits. Marvellous. Are we being attacked by Kazan? No, because my minions are going after Kazan. Huzzah! Haha. Gotcha. No escape for you. Actually, let's send you over to Kaffa, and then we'll actually be able to siege that down. These lands which Genoa just unfortunately just happened to have lost, and I'm now going to be gaining stuff from. It's a crying shame for them. I'm still making money. Oh, probably because of loot. Robber barons. Gain-based tax or gain-based production. Boyars gain loyalty. Burghers gain... No, sorry, boyars gain influence. Boyars having more influence is not necessarily a bad thing, although actually I want them for their special dude person, so no, I'm not going to piss them off. I will probably increase the influence of the Burghers because the Burgher influence is super low. And then what we can actually do is go to the Burghers and say, we're going to give you monopoly charters, which gives you 30%. Then demand Diplo support. Oh, we can demand admin from you, which will reduce the amount of money we have, but at the moment I'm okay with this. And we can get contribution from the Burghers because they absolutely freaking love us right now. Do it. There we go. Free stuff from everyone. Military. Ooh, we are super close to going up in the next level of military. Cool. Okay, you are now capable of sieging. I should have sent a general to you. In fact, that is something I should have been doing in general. Let's go and fight them. Is this steppe territory? It is, and hordes tend to do better in steppes, so let's not fight them there. Are you near your dry lands? Anything flat is bad. Which is basically everything over here. Great. Although they only have 2 cavalry units, it's their shock attack which is increased overall. Their shock ability isn't that good. I'm a little bit concerned about them jumping in, although we could go here. Okay, so we've converted Yelets. Let's start working on the next one. Alright, we are now once again losing money. So what I think my intention here is to try and siege out Circassia and Georgia. That's Armenia. Where's Georgia? No, that's Georgia. Oh, you're a vassal. Circassia, are you a vassal? You are. Who was the other one? Kazan. I would like to do some damage to Kazan if possible. The minions don't seem to be doing it. Because I'd really like to take some Kazan territory before they get too big. Nagai pieced out. We'll cede 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces to Kazan. That's unfortunate because Kazan's now going to be focusing on us. Right. We've almost taken Circassia out of this war. And then it's just Crimea down here. Let's go and attack this army before Kazan can come and reinforce. Oh, I shouldn't take the prestige there actually, because that's morale. Okay, our army is significantly stronger than theirs. We have 4.3 morale to their 3.4. It is August. We could actually go for even more military tactics, although it is ahead of time. Stack wipe, didn't need to. May as well go for your army as well, because you are now running the hell away. Chase them down! Chase them down! Kill them all. Brandenburg is the HRE. I made the right choice not going with Austria. Although Bohemia didn't win either. Let's go in. You're always going to take that back as a Kaffa. No, we're going to send you up here to go and siege some of this stuff down. Can you please catch them? Are we getting you in Kazan? Yes. We do have a -1. Oh, because of the river crossing. Which is unfortunate, but we are still caning them in terms of morale. They do a lot of damage though. Infantry combat ability plus 10%. Compound that with the Strelski, and sweet!